Good, everybody. My name is Sotirios, and I've been trading for about 3 years since COVID. Um, Almost 3 years. So my first year in 2020 was like pretty good. It was like I didn't know what I was doing, obviously, but now I have this charting software. Shout out to TraderSync because this has been helping me a lot these past few weeks. Um, So I haven't really, I mean, I have some videos on my channel of doing, day trading and whatever. But nothing like the amount of videos that I want to put out. So I want to educate as many people and just like kind of track my own performance throughout this YouTube journey. I don't know how long it's going to last, but or who's going to watch it even. Um, but I'd like to have it, for my own records too. Um, I could show my kids or whatever. So I'm gonna move over to the screen here now. Today's Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Crazy. Um, this past year in 2023, I did not do so hot in the market. I did lose money, so we're not going to talk about numbers, but um, it's up and down, up and down. So I really want to dive into this. So we're gonna switch this over. Um, So basically, this is the Trader Sync dashboard. Today is January 9th, 2024. Um, I've had six trades today. Honestly, these last two I shouldn't have even taken because now it's 12:05 p.m. I took these at like 11:30 was my Tesla trade, and like 11:40, 11:45 was the QQQ trade. Um, so mainly I trade Tesla, Meta, QQQ, Spy, and Nvidia and Netflix. Netflix has been a little difficult recently. The way the stock moves is weird. Um, so I might just take that one all out altogether. So basically, I just trade options. This is the Trader Sync dashboard. This is like in the calendar within today's date. So today is January 9th, 2024. Um, I took six trades today. These last two I shouldn't have even taken because now it's 12:08 p.m. I took the Tesla trade at 11:30 and the QQQ at 11:45 ish. All right, let's just jump into this because I need to review this. You can see up here I have a profit to loss ratio of 1.1 or 1.4 to 1. So I risked $1 to make $1.40. Not that good. Win percentage was 50%. So I shoot for a 2 to 1 last year since I did lose money in the market and it seemed like I was holding on to losers way too long. Um, just not really following my rules. Like it just doesn't make sense because I want to make this, be successful. And I know that you have to follow your rules. So Tesla trade this morning, I took a put. So if I click on the trade, you can see my return was 30% on this, which is really good. I shoot for like an 8%. I'm going to now. Now these are like my new rules this year. I'm going to shoot for 8% loss, 8 to 10%, and then shoot for like an 8% profit target. So that is a 1 to 1. But typically, what I have this app set up to the Trader Sync dashboard. I have it set up to an 8% profit if risk and then a 16% profit target. So that's a 2 to 1 risk to reward. Um, so you can see if I go in here, I took a put on Tesla at 235 strike. So I was betting that the price was going to go down to $235. I took it at 9:43 a.m. I exited at 9:47. On this hindsight, looking at it hindsight, you know, I could have held on longer and made some more money, and I should have, but should have just set the stop to break even, and that would have been it. Um, you can see I spent $308 on it, and then I cashed out $399. So total making $91. I think that's without commissions. The commissions were 50 cents or something like that each. I don't know if it shows it. It's about 90 bucks, $89. So you can see, I can go into the chart. I can tag it, like what type of setup it was, what my stakes were. Um, so here's the trade. I'll show you why I got into it because Tesla has just been consolidating at the bottom of this level. It hasn't really broken out. It's just kind of like my level was basically at 236. I'll just show y'all. Let me get this screen loaded up here. All right, so this is the Tesla trade. So this morning, I'll just zoom out to a 1 hour chart. I'm not really going to go through these heavy, but I had some demand here, a 30-minute demand zone. Go to a 30-minute chart. Oops. Right here was a 30-minute zone, basically a rally, a base, and a rally. It's waiting for price to come back into the level to bounce off of. You can see price did come back into this level down here on Wednesday of last week. Now it's Tuesday of the next week. And then on Friday, it also came into a level. It broke below it, right? And it attracted sellers. The sellers got trapped, and then the stock pushed higher. Um, Same thing on that's Friday. On Monday, same thing. It wicked down below the demand zone, and then sellers got trapped and got pushed straight back up. Um, and then that was yesterday, and today we opened up. So last night or yesterday we had a 1 hour demand zone come into play. Where was it? Right here it formed. So basically what I was looking at overnight when I was charting, basically this was yesterday's day, so Monday. Um, and then we had a little rally here, a base, and then a rally. Sort of a rally. These candles aren't strong to be considered a rally, but I drew the zone anyways. If you look at it from this perspective, if you look at it from here, you can see what I was talking about. So I had this 1 hour zone this morning when the market opened at 9:30 a.m. So what I saw immediately, if you go into a 1 minute chart, a 5 minute chart, or whatever, you can see the first candle of today since we gapped down overnight, and this is after hours, or I have no after hours on this chart. Tesla opened up down here below this 1 hour demand. What we thought was 1 hour demand. Now, looking back, it's not 1 hour demand. Or it didn't hold at least. So it invalidated that, right? So I can go ahead and remove this, but you can just see the wicks off of these candles on the 1 minute chart that it was able to swing back down. And once this swing, I thought of taking a short here and really honestly targeting the bottom of this zone that it's been rejecting at, or even the 234.26 zone. Um, but I just saw the weakness. I could tell compared to the overall market. Qs and Nvidia and Meta, all of them were like holding uh, their levels this morning instead of flushing down one way. And Tesla just flushed down, and I entered that position over here. I can bring it back up. This is the 1 minute chart. So Tesla opened up here at 9:30 a.m. Had that little 3 minute consolidation. The wicks came off of that lower demand level. That demand level was up here, and anyways, I saw the weakness. I entered a put here. I bought one 235 put. The price at the time was trading at 236.40, so about $1.50 away, $1.40 away. Um, I entered that put on that flush down under that demand. I honestly didn't know if it was going to hold because it's been rejecting here. It rejected here this day. Um, it rejected here on Monday, yesterday. And you can just see the wicks it had on this downside move, trapping people, faking people out. It's kind of scary when you look at it like that. But so today, I basically didn't want to risk this coming back up on us, on me, and so I exited once we got this flush down. I entered at what time was it? 9:43 a.m. I exited at 9:47 a.m. So basically this flushed down from the price of 236.50 down to where I exited was 235.37. That's pretty good in a short amount of time like that. So I was able to capitalize 29% on that. My R multiple was 7.4. I'm not sure why this shows such a low R multiple. Hmm. So if I was risking 8% on this or 10%, I basically tripled it. So a 3 to 1 risk to reward. The worst trade that I could learn from was this QQQ trade. And the cool thing is about Trader Sync is that you can um, like go in here and put your setups and mistakes. So my setup for I'll go back to it and I'll just go ahead and do it. My setup for Tesla, um, we'll call this a uh, demand break and retest. And then I can enter my mistakes like should have put stop at stop loss break even. I can put some other ones that I have already written in here. So I can put in this, practice patience, as a mistake. So it's pretty cool. You can tag your trades down here at the bottom. You can make notes. I can say like, um, I can say a lot of different things, but about this trade, like I should have just held. Should have just held. Stop it. Break even. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. That was my best trade of the day was Tesla. My worst trade was probably this QQQ. Even though it's not money wise, I lost the most on Meta. I won the most on Tesla. You can see down here what I also like about TraderSync is this tells you your hourly P&L basically. So at 9 o'clock to 10 at 9:59, I made 100% of my profits. 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I lost, a lot more. So percentage wise, I actually did the math on this and I lost 46% on my losing trades and I won 43% on my winning trades. So you're like, how does that make sense? Because you still came out green. I don't even know what I made today. I think I made like $40 or something. Um, well, from the profit and loss, and because this QQQ trade, my worst trade was actually it was only 45 cents basically for one contract, so I bought two of them. That's $100, basically $90, and usually my other entries are around 270 to $300. So we'll hop into this QQQ loss, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the trades and what they look like, their P&L. I won't go in depth like I do with these, but basically this is QQQ. I traded 404 puts when the price was at like 404.70. These were same day expiration contracts. I bought them at 11:37, exit at 11:52. So I held longer than I wanted to. But theta decay was getting toward me, and you can see up here in the top right, I lost 26% on these contracts. So if I jump in, let's see. You can see I bought two contracts. You can see here I try to enter short on QQQ, and that's because of if I go to /NQ or NASDAQ, this was what I was looking at. So I entered short. What time was it? It was at 11:37. 11:37. I entered short up here. I should have honestly waited to enter uh, before this. I should have waited to enter after this trend line, uptrend line got broken. Instead, I basically entered at the top, risking the top of the zone or the previous high here, which is just a few cents away. So I had puts in mind, and I was basically targeting this previous all-time high on Nasdaq, um, about this level. I'll draw a little, kind of targeting this area to sell my position. Never got down there, so I entered up here at the top and didn't get stopped out immediately. It had come down to test this small. This is a small like supply level that I had. It's not even marked, so I'm gonna go ahead and move that. But you can see what happened. I mean, I got stopped out. If I go undo, you can see what happened. I stopped out at 9. I think it was like one of these candles, honestly. I wanted to confirm that this was actually a breakout and not just like coming up over the level and then dipping back down into it. But it was a fake out, and I lost 26% on that. The good thing was that I only had $100 invested, but 26% of that's a lot of money to lose. And when you're talking about percentage, if I was in $100,000, it's $226,000 that I would have lost. So you got to put it in time in terms of perspective and risk, and all that. So yeah, I mean, this was a bad trade, but I just held it too long there at the end. So what I can do is go into Trader Sync. I can put setups, um, um, overnight supply rejection, enter that in. That was the setup. So looking at this, actually, it says I exited at 9 or 11:52. So even higher than what I wanted to exit for. Um, when it was at this level, I was down about 6 to 7 to 8% here, and I should have just cut this on the next candle, um, or even this candle at 9:52 was up here. So I definitely let it run too much. Good thing is the risk was small, but still did not follow my plan for that 8%, 10%, 15% loss. So that's basically all I wanted to share. Let me hop in and show you guys the rest of the trades so I can say mistakes. Held way too long. Held way too long. Let's see. Did not spell loser. And when this did dip down here, I was not in profit just because of the contracts that I was trading. I should have traded at the money contracts instead of one out of the money. And this dip down just did not help me. I think I was up maybe 4 cents a contract, and what was that, $8? So I lost $24. I could have made $8, but didn't. That's not how the trade played out. So let me run through the rest of these. Meta, the second trade that I took, was a 7% loss. $23. I'm not sure why this R multiple and expectancy is so high. These numbers don't seem right. But you can see, I'll go into the chart. I basically was looking for a put down here under a demand zone that I had. I'll show you that real quick. This was the put I took down here, targeting the next demand zone down below, 45-minute demand. Um, Hindsight, obviously, I should have gotten long. So you can see I bought a put, I sold the put. I bought it for $305. I sold it for $283, a 7.2% loss. Next trade was a meta trade again. This was a 13% loss, so above my 2 to 1, but just given the context, I wasn't able to get it specifically. So basically, I took a call here. This was another trade right on meta. I'll move over to that here. And you can see this 30-minute demand zone was broken yesterday, so I could go ahead and remove this zone. I'm just going to keep it for now, and I'll do it later when I chart. But I took a call contract up here targeting this 359.07 to 359.70 area. Um, because of this hold here. It was holding very nicely above this supply zone, just like I talked about earlier with the Tesla trade, how we opened up under demand and then continued to flush. I was looking for a push above supply here and then a continuous push. Obviously, I did get stopped out on this candle right here. My stop was basically down here. So I got stopped out here for a 13% loss. And I actually did re-enter this trade up here when I saw this bullish green candle after I got stopped out, trapping people and trapped myself as well. I did enter another long on this candle here. Um, Stop was the same area and then the same plan basically. I wasn't able to capitalize on this whole move only because I saw like um, what was it 5 minute zone here yesterday. So it's not really a zone, but I looked at the 5 minute chart and I was like, well, this is some resistance that could happen here. And I'll show you if we go into a 1 minute chart. Basically, I got out up here of this contract. So overall, only making 6% on that. So I lost 13% on the call here, and I sold here, and then I bought the same call here and sold here. And I could have made a substantial amount more, maybe like 40, 50% on this trade if I just held through that 2 minutes right there. And then sold at the top supply zone because you can see the rejection it gave off that um, and what price has been doing since then. So I'll show you that. This was the 13% loser, right? And then the 8% winner. So I lost $40 and then I made $23 on this one. Basically, I sold my last ones at 280 some a contract and I bought them at 305 and this one I bought at 280 and then sold at 305. So just opposite trade. I could not get that first one timed right. So you can see, I don't know why this is like pushing back because I definitely bought this here and sold it here. So I'm not sure why the time is different on these. Um, I don't know. Time zones all equal, so it's weird, but whatever. I guess that's something they might need to work on within TraderSync's platform. So that was the winner. And then I did take a Tesla trade. These last two, like I said, I shouldn't have taken at the end of the day because of I like ending at around 11:30, or that's my goal for this year. And this was a call on Tesla. I actually did enter these down here. So like we talked about earlier, I did enter a call here at 11:30 because of this 4 hour important zone. So I took that put earlier in the morning up here. I sold it down here. And then I took a call right here on this candle and I did sell it right at the top here, which was a good, decent, what was that? Only a 6% gain. So the lowest gain of the day was on that move. I bought down here. You can see 275, sold at 292. So that's basically it. That's all I want to share today. I want to go over the TraderSync platform. I want to keep releasing these videos. Hit the subscribe button, follow the channel because I will be doing like live charting. You guys could chart with me. Um, we can talk about different stocks and different things. So, uh, yeah, hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. I know I'll look back on this and it'll help me a lot eventually. So I appreciate it and I'll see y'all in the next one.